Let me just.
You can start the meeting, but all right.
What's that?
But I think it's important to note that this it's going to give us only 40 minutes. So
Yeah.
we must chop it up. We must chop it up in 40 minutes. I mean, I can talk to these guys forever, Janus.
I'm telling you, you know, as we can talk the whole night, man.
But Janus, I think you must take us into this thing, Janus, and then we can enjoy the ride.
Okay, I'll start because I really was pushing Bulelani to get this done. The reason why we're having this discussion is I saw these images and videos of Abonghile's show, and I didn't even know Bulelani went there, and I was like, what's this? And he was just raving about it. And I saw the videos, and I saw these guys they looked better than the shows I was going to, without saying which shows. And I was like, well, we should be there. I should be there. That looked like a really good show. Who am I? My name is Janus Swanepoel. I've connected with you all on Instagram, but we've never really met in person. I have a company called Capital Fitness Hub here in Pretoria, and what I do is connect coaches with athletes and brands. So I'm looking specifically for the best novice athletes in South Africa because I've got big plans. I want to see these people develop over time. I'm looking for them all over the country. Obviously, we're starting in Pretoria because this is where my biggest network is. But after meeting Bulelani, he's got a massive network. I didn't even know. Yeah. I didn't even really realize this until recently. We started working together. I didn't realize who he knows, but he knows everybody. So it just makes sense for us to work together. And then now I really want to learn more about the Beast Classic from Abonglile. And then Bulelani told me that Ronnie was the host and is the best host in town, or probably the world, as he says.
South Africa.
No, the whole world, man. In the whole world.
That's Bob Chicharito.
The whole world.
That's our Bob Chicharito. That's a voice of bodybuilding, eh?
Tell them, man. Tell them about me.
So this is why we're having this meeting, because I want to learn more, and I want to invest time and effort in shows that are developing, where I can find athletes worth developing, connecting with coaches that are developing, or experienced coaches, whatever their budget fits their budget. My goal is to develop the industry, athletes, coaches, brands, and events. So that's me. That's my company, Capital Fitness Hub. Let me pass it over to Bulelani because he's the one I know the best, and then let's take it from make introductions for the rest of you guys as well.
Okay. Janus, before we unfold the introductions with our two guests, but I'd also want people to understand, because guys are going to be watching this. They want to know, have you competed? What is your journey in the sport? So to the point that you got to Capital Fitness, so that people have an understanding of who you really are in the whole fitness industry.
Okay. I spent most of my adult life in America. I lived there for 20 years, almost 20 years. And I came back with COVID in 2020 with the clothes on my back, literally. And I had to start over. And I was very depressed for about a year, very, very, very down about the experience. Like many people were. I'm not the only one, but still. It was a bitter pill to swallow. Then I ran into this person, Morna Ihu, at the gym, who's a coach, and I walked up. I saw him a few times then. I walked up to him and I said, "Man, I want to look like you. What do I need to do?" And he said, "Well, I do bodybuilding, and I'm a coach. Let me hook you up with a plan." And I did it, and it was still it was Omicron, that year of Omicron COVID, and so there wasn't a lot of people there, but I won. I won my show, and I was so chuffed that I just fell in love with the thing. I did men's physique, and then I did the next year again, and I won. And they invited me to SA's. PCA was the federation, and I went to SA's and I won. It was plus 35. men's physique.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I just totally fell in love with the sport. The year after that, I said to Morna, okay, now I need to take it next level. So we went through a 6 months bulk or 8 months bulk, and I did NPC, and I did men's physique, classic physique, and bodybuilding. And I got 2 golds, 2 silvers, and a bronze, and that was it. Then I was hooked, and then I decided, okay, now I'm much older. Now I'm 43, and I think now I just want to develop the younger guys. That's what I enjoy. I love the sport. I would love to have been in it when I was younger, but it never came across my road. You know, I didn't know anyone. Nobody ever said this was even a thing I could do. So I went with the wrong industry, and now here I am, and but now I'm just in love with it, and I just want to develop it because I think I have a lot of skills. I've got a lot of business skills, a lot of networking skills, social skills. I know how to run an event and run a business, and that's what I can offer the young guys and girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that gives us a clear picture of your journey in a nutshell. And in my case, I don't wanna take up too much time because I'm more eager to hear about Ronnie and Bhele.
Yeah.
Bhele's journey. But seeing that we're doing introductions, I just want the people that are watching to understand I've been in bodybuilding for 23 years. I was born in the dusty streets of Dansane, the second biggest township in South Africa.
Hey, they are dusty, bro. Eh? They are dusty. Is dusty, man.
Yeah.
So you are not wrong when you're saying that.
And Tanzania is well known for the home of boxing, But the irony of it, I did play a little bit of boxing, but I really fell in love. I played rugby. I was very passionate about rugby, and I know Ronnie's son is also a rugby player. My younger brother also played rugby. Rugby was the thing in my family. And the funny thing is that I think just to make my father angry, I just decided, let me do something he doesn't like. But I fell in love with bodybuilding. I was lucky to be mentored by the likes of Michael McLachlan, Lwazi Buso, Lucinduso Vagalisa, those are legends in the sport of bodybuilding. Yes, and I've been in the bodybuilding industry for 23 years, And what people don't know is that at the age of 16, so I started bodybuilding when I was 11, 12, round about there. At the age of 16, I had already put together my own show. I started promoting my own show. I did my own shows because I really wanted more than just competing for me. Like I think I was driven more by passion. And I think also that's what also got me into coaching because I encountered a lot of challenges because bodybuilding is really a sport that requires you to have money, But I was blessed and lucky to meet people that helped me along the way. And I've competed nationally, internationally, and those also had their own challenges in itself. But more than anything, I really want to make bodybuilding great again. And I can't do that by myself. And I think the network of people that are around me, I feel we should embrace those people because without Ronnie, a Beast Classic would not be what it was. And I think a lot of times people neglect the importance of an MC because an MC can make or break a show. It's not someone that just they announce, And bodybuilding can become very boring, for someone that has never watched.
For a first-time spectator.
Yeah, it can become very boring. But listen, I can bet my last bottom dollar that you go watch Ronnie's show, and he knows how strongly I feel about him and how passionate I want to see him out of this country. And I want one day to say, you left this guy at a time where you could have booked him. Now it's too late,
Yeah.
I'll be gone, John. I'll be gone.
I'll be gone, So having said that, Ronnie, I'm gonna give it to you and Abonglile to basically just give the viewers a narrative, you know, just as I've done. How did you, Ronnie, get into being an MC? And with you also, Abonglile, how did this sport of bodybuilding start? How long have you been in it? But I want Ronnie, and also the marriage of you two coming together in doing the Beast Classic. So I'm going to give it to you, Ronnie.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Jola. My name is Dabane Peter. I'm staying in King Williamstown. King Williamstown, there's a place, or there's a village called Nongamba location. What is the only thing that is popular about my village is that it is the only location that has got an airport.
Yeah.
I mean, my location has got my village has got an airport.
Yeah.
Janus does not have airport, but mine has got an airport.
Just 2 kilometers from your house, there's an airport.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. So I'm staying there. I'm a last born at home. I'm married with 3 beautiful children. What brought me to the sport of bodybuilding, Jola? We were a long time ago, 2005, 2006, in King Williamstown. There were those big guys called Lwazibuso, Misumzu Wakashe. Misumzu Wakashe. Those guys were busy training in King Williamstown. So I was still very young then, and I saw these guys having those big and nice muscles, you see, and and when they walk around in the streets of King Williamstown, everybody will just stand and watch the guys, you see. So I said to myself, no, man, I just want to be like these guys. I want to get the attention. I want, when I walk, I want people to see me, see, and to look at me. So I started training. I started training 2005, 2006. And I did not want to be a bodybuilder, you know, but because of the influence in King Williamstown, because there were guys that were coming in, the late Akona, the guy that was staying in West Bank, the late Zomadota Nguye that was staying in King Williamstown, guys were coming into this thing of bodybuilding, and Lwazi and Mesums were busy competing at that time. So we wanted to try this thing. So I tried it 2013. We went for a diet, you know. It was my first time doing bodybuilding. You know, I went for a diet. Hey, I'm telling you, John, I was very hungry, man. I was very hungry.
I remember those things. Yeah. I remember that.
Abonglile can attest to that. Abonglile can attest to that.
Jola, he came and picked me up while I was bouncing. It's like, bruh, I'm scared. Can you come and assist me on this?
Yeah.
So
Ronnie, you did compete. You ended up competing, right?
Yes.
You won the overalls.
I took 2 overalls. I have an overall in an OR Tambo novice. I took the whole show, and I went 2013. The same year I went to Port Elizabeth. I don't remember it's a friendly city. It's a friendly city show. I took my division after I was beaten in the overall. So when I went out of the stage, Jola was very hungry. It is then I decided, no, man, I can't do this anymore. Besides that, I was not employed. The sports of bodybuilding allows you, in fact, it wants you to have income. You know, it demands that to have income. You must go and work there. You guys as bodybuilders, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot, the preparations, the food, and everything. So at that time, I was not working, so I could not get food and all that. So I decided to quit it. So coming to your question, Jordan, of why am I being the best MC in South Africa? I'm the best MC in South Africa. You know why? I went to all the shows around King Williamstown, Eastland, and Tanzania, Mthatha. Went to all the shows, and I saw that when people are on the hall watching the bodybuilding, the spectators, they are not feeling the show. The show is only about bodybuilders. Do you understand? The show is only about bodybuilders, not about the fans. Do you understand what I mean? So I saw
You're right.
Yes. So I saw a gap there. And I said to myself, no, man, because of I'm working on radio, I'm a radio presenter, and I've been doing radio for more than 10 years now. So I saw the gap to say, no, I can entertain. My job is to entertain the fans and make sure that the bodybuilders are feeling, I having that feeling that, almost when someone is coming to compete, he brings his wife or his girlfriend and kids, and the kids are getting bored because there's no one that is entertaining them. So I saw that opportunity as to say, okay, let me just get in here and do this thing as an MC full time. Fortunately, I was given an opportunity of hosting the biggest shows around. There was a show in Dabane. I did it myself. There's a guy called Kaya Majeke that was doing OR Tambo in Port Shepstone. It was a big show. I did the show. The Night of Champions, the best shows in Amtata. I did all the shows. And the Beast Classic, the one that I think took the cup is the Beast Classic, the one that we had last month. Why am I saying that? It is because no one around King Williamstown understands and know bodybuilding, right? And it's being done now by Abonglile. Abonglile is the guy that is known in Zwelicha only. So I said to him, Abonglile, I'm good in emceeing. Give me the market side. Let me market this show of yours. Let me be part of it. Let me market it. I did it. I went to all the radio stations around, marketing the show, getting some interviews to the radio stations. The last interview that I had, it was in Musha FM. We got all the interviews. So that's why that show, the Beast Classic, was big.
That's perfect.
All right.
I think, you've given us a great narrative of your journey, Ronnie, and thank you so much for that. So, Bhele, it's up to you now. We are leaving it to you now to give us an introduction. Who's Bhele? But don't bite our ears off, Bhele. Know that we are pressed for time. Ne?
Evening, gentlemen, to the viewers as well. Name is Abonglile, known as the Beast, which is the name I got from my fans and supporters as well. I'm Abonglile Bhele. So, as you said, gentlemen, Abonglile is quite a good bodybuilder, not an excellent bodybuilder. I'm quite avid in this thing. Just like 12 years in the game. As Bulelani just said now, 2011, starting to train like seriously as a power lifter, because initially my passion was powerlifting. When I got into the gym, I was more of a power presser, power trainer, And then I had a couple of friends that were around me, like Chris Muta, Luazibuso as well. We keep on mentioning his name. He's the OG in this town. So such guys inspired me into the game of bodybuilding. They were quite distant. They were out of reach for me as a youngster to interact with and to get assistance from. So I ended up resorting into buying the old books, bodybuilding books. I had subscriptions with Flex magazines, so that we can learn the posing, learn the nutrition, and training you. And then eventually I got close to Chris, and then he taught me the ways of bodybuilding as well, even though I was so ill-disciplined when it came to diet. But I competed 2012, my first show.
You like to eat too much.
Yeah, I like my food. I like my chocolates. I competed my first show, 2012, juniors, age 19. I started winning from then and up until like to date. So I've done like a couple of shows. I do think around about almost 30 shows with like 5 overalls so far. So it's been a journey. It's been a 12-year journey. But then The question was, why did I come up with the Beast Classics? As Jola said as well, he was quite ambitious at age 16. He felt like there could be more that should be done for the industry. As well as I said as well, magazines are no longer there at the moment. They've been phased out. It's like a dinosaur industry. So everyone is on YouTube. Everyone is on YouTube now. So I've got my subscription with your Nick Strength and Power. I've got your my subscription with your Bodybuilding Without Borders, you know. So you view those guys' content, you watch shows from abroad, and you feel like, you know what, why can't we take a little bit of what they do in a certain scale and try and practice it here in South Africa? You know, where you can bring quality shows, where athletes get appreciated for their hard work, because prep isn't easy, you know. As you said, it's expensive. And now, as an entrepreneur that I am, I own this small store of supplements. I do a bit of nutrition. I do a bit of coaching as well. Even though it's not, I'm not charging my guys, but I do some couple of guys a season, maybe 5 guys that I assist every season, you know. Yeah, but I've got good winning streaks as well, because even now I've got 4 guys doing nationals in the next 3 weeks on IFAB. So on that, I was like, you know what, guys, I want to put up this show. So one of the first people I thought of on the budget I had was Ron Peter. You know, I contacted him. I'm like, bruh, my comeback show 2022, Mr. Border, he was the MC. You know, being out of stage for a couple of years, you get that stage fright as a newcomer. So I don't want to lie, he made it feel at ease. You know, he made me feel at ease. And as a result, during my whole presentation on stage, I regained my confidence, and I could feel the crowd getting into the show as well. You know, he was like shaking up the crowd, even though by the rules of bodybuilding that's not allowed technically. But he managed to push and like get the vibe there as well. And us as athletes were at ease on stage, you know. Because liking it or not, like we might want to run away from this, but we get scared at some point in time on those stage, you know. So he made it easy for me to compete, and then I felt like he's a good guy. I could approach and rope into this project. So we shared thoughts and ideas, and then multiple awards were also added on, which is Budelanis Jola's award as well. Because as I said to you, Jola is like an OG to me. Jola, since 2012, I've been watching him doing his posing routines. I mean, like the whole auditorium will stand still if Jola is going to go on stage, you know.
I'm telling you.
See even the administrators starting to disappear backstage. You won't even see the stage manager, even the backstage manager, because Jola is going to go on stage.
I mean, Abonglile, the guy will get into the stage driving a bike. I mean, the guy will be posing with the bike. Janus, I mean, this guy. I mean, you know, John will get into the stage having a bike.
He's an entertainer, you know.
I'm telling you,
I needed to acknowledge such efforts and such legacies that he's left behind, even though he might not understand. To me, he's a legend, you know. Now, I set up that show in that structure, and I don't want to lie, I didn't expect such a show. I didn't expect that scale of a support from the industry of bodybuilding and the community of King Williamstown at large, because bear in mind, I'm bringing something totally different. You know, my township is known of Rabi. Lucanio Am comes from there. Dabane Bobo comes from there. So, you know, Unati, I just forgot his name, you know, but those were top rugby players in South Africa that are coming from there. Those are Springboks athletes that are coming from there, rugby players. Now I'm bringing in bodybuilding. What is this thing, you know? But then the support that was there, the turnout that was there, I don't know.
How many people, Abonglile, do you think they came to support on average? How many people do you think?
In ticket sales, Jay, I would say we easily went past 342 tickets.
How much?
In
How
ticket
many?
sales. 342.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
We went past 342 tickets.
Show, eh?
Bear in mind that is also including of the assisting staff of the show. because
And
everyone
the
there
athletes,
on
how many athletes did you have at the show?
altogether it was 68 athletes. They were doing 3 divisions average, or 2 to 3 divisions across, because they were allowed to cross. And then except only the open bodybuilders, which is elite bodybuilders, were not allowed to cross into the lower categories. And then I had 19 newcomers on males. I had 4 newcomers on gents, which is first-time bodybuilders, you know.
Yeah.
So it was a fruitful development show where you have 1/3 of the show being first-timers ever, you know. So I do believe I achieved the objective of the show, which is a development, you know, because now I managed to plant a seed and get new faces into the industry. And, you know, a couple of them as well are even doing nationals now, you know. They've been selected for nationals in their respective provinces, you know, because even as I said, the support was quite vast, you know. Guys were coming from Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town, Jola, you brought your team in as well, you know. So such support as well made the show the best show I've ever watched, you know.
Yeah.
The best show I've ever watched, to the extent that I felt like I would love to compete in such a stage as well. Unfortunately, at this point in time, I'm the organizer. I can't, you know.
Thanks, Bhele. Thanks. You know, you've given us a great picture, and I'm sure people that are watching this would love. Maybe we could post pictures and stuff, because I took pictures for Janus when I was at the show, you know, and it was packed. The time I took pictures, Janus, it was still, the show was just warming up. You know, African time. Yeah, and other people will come a bit later, you know.
So I have a few questions. I just want to be conscious of time. We have a few minutes left, but can we ask some questions for Abonglile?
Yes, sir.
So you said people came from Johannesburg and Cape Town and Durban, but you know, I didn't know about the show. So how can we if you're going to do another show, how can we promote this a little bit wider so we can get more people traveling there? Do you have a plan?
I've got a plan, so because you know, Janus, as you said, I'm not much on social media. Even on my bodybuilding journey, I don't document much of myself up until a guy meets me on stage and I whoop ass. You know, so now I've tried to hook in some guys that are into marketing as well. We manage to take good pictures of the show, videos, and then as well promote the show, the upcoming one, using the previous one as a reference. So I've got you now as well as someone who I know as well is going to be able to assist me on getting more publicity for the next event. Bulelani as well, he's got a good PR record as far as I know, because he's promoted multiple shows in front of me as well. So now, as I said, the first show was on my shoulders. Honestly, it took me a week to recover from that, you know, physically. But now at the moment in time, I've realized that a team, because bear in mind, bodybuilding is not my own thing as well. It's not my baby. It's a team effort, you know. So it will take us coming together from different angles of this country to make this thing decent and respectable again.
Okay, we got a couple of minutes, so why don't we just give a last comment?
No, Janus. I don't want to lie. You know what? And this is, I feared this. The information here is so rich, man. You know, and this time is our enemy. I don't know if maybe you can do another.
Let's start it over.
Because I want to talk to Ronnie. Has not said nothing.
Okay.
There's so much I want to say, and I want to ask Bhele some things as well. So I think maybe just do another link and share it, please.
Okay, I'll do it right now.
Is that fine, guys?
Yes, it's okay. It's still have time. It's okay.
Okay, let's do that. Okay.
Geba.
Now we're gonna stop this one.
Okay, we can stop this one.
Yeah.